Rakta Yahweh.
Rakta Yahweh.
Rakta Yahushua.
Rakta Yahushua.
Double honor to the apostles, the elders, and salutations to you sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson is going into the glory of an incorruptible crown, okay? Because basically, in this truth, man, we don't see the glory right now because we're doing the work, right? And before honor is humility. But at the same time frame, it's going to be extremely beneficial, Lord willing, if we part of the elect. All right.
1 Corinthians.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 9:20.
1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 25. Every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things.
Right. If you temperate means you have to be balanced in all things, man. Go ahead.
Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible.
So when you look into that term corruptible, it means like perishable, something that's willing to, that's going to decay. And what's that? Hey, this matter of life, okay, Esau's system, and also your body, okay. However, something that's incorruptible, it means ongoing. It's a continuous life, a continuous lifestyle. What is that? Hence the kingdom of heaven, man. Y'all got any points? All right.
You want corruptible? Or you
Well, I had it already broken down.
okay, all right.
Yeah. So, go ahead, bro. So basically, the chase for the incorruptible crown, that's going to lead into the kingdom of heaven. All right. And so, what does that entail? A salvation. Zechariah 13:8.
This is Zechariah 13:8. It should come to pass that in all the land, said the Most High, 2.13 should be cut off and die.
Right, and we don't want to be those 2 parts, which is actually the 2/3, man. Okay, because like the hub of this scripture right here is talking about America, man. Go ahead.
But the Most High should be, but the third shall be left therein.
That's the 1/3. The 1/3 is going to be saved, man. So part of chasing this incorruptible crown, Lord willing, if we're part of the elect, it leads to salvation, man. Go ahead, bro.
I will bring the third part through the fire.
Right, he's going to bring the third part through the fire. What is that? That's spiritual fire, man. Why? Because you're being purified. Go ahead.
I will refine them as silver as refined.
Right, and once you go through the fire, you're being refined. Okay, that's why gold is put through the fire to be refined. What is that? It's basically restoring those purities from on it. I mean, that's on it, man, or in it. All right. Y'all got you? Yeah.
You had something interesting.
All right, y'all should go.
All right, 2 Corinthians 4:15. For all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many redound to the glory of the Most High. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us a far more exceeding and eternal way of glory.
Right. So that light affliction, basically, it you know, the scripture states it's a light affliction, but you know, in this body feels like it's a heavy burden, man. But at the end of the day, once you see what you're gonna get, Lord, when you're part of like in the kingdom, it's going to be well worth it. And that's why you're going to be able to understand it. And this was a light affliction, man. All right?
And then it's the big picture, man. You know, because a lot of men that you see call themselves Israelites and teachers, they don't see the big picture, man. You know, that's why they disrespect, you know, the apostles and elders. You know, that's why they change the doctrine, you know, because they're not looking at the big picture. They're trying to strive, you know, for this incorruptible crown, man. You know, they want little petty victories right now. They want to look cute right now. You know, they want the glory right now, man. You know, but we all about pushing the true doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shine. Lord willing, He have mercy on us, and we part of the elect and receive that incorruptible crown, man. Not trying to get W's on this side, man.
That's right. That's right.
It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but the things which are not seen.
So this kingdom, this is what we see, man. This is the corruptible crown, man, okay? And that's what the brother's saying. And a lot of brothers, basically, they lose their integrity because they want these W's, which leads to that corruptible crown. But we look at the things that are not seen, okay? That's why Yahushua always stated that, you know, he was from above and it was from beneath. Okay, in order to understand that concept, it means you have to have a spiritual mindset, man. All right, I go, Josh. Oh, I'm sorry, Sly.
For the things which are seen are temporal, but
Meaning it's temporary, because while we know in the spirit and hence the scripture that this bullshit is going to be destroyed by fervent heat.
the American dream.
The American dream, man.
Yeah, everything you amass on this side, you know, niggas cheerleading for you, you know, the comment board, you know, the women that you amass on this side, man. You know, all this is temporary, man. You know, we have something much better, you know, incorruptible on the other side, man. That's what we striving for, man.
Different sicknesses brothers going through, financial hardships, you know.
Yeah.
But the things which are not seen are eternal.
And things that are not seen is eternal, man. Hey, so that means everlasting life, which goes into an everlasting kingdom, man.
Because it is,
Yeah, bro.
and it's also a faith thing too.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You ready?
This 2 Timothy chapter, I started on chapter 2, where I started in verse 3.
All right.
It says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of the Havashai Mashiach."
Hardness is these afflictions you're going through, man. Okay? And at the same time, it makes you hard, man. And what's a soldier? Soldier goes into the concept of being in a solitary confinement, man. So although you have the brotherhood, but at the end of the day, this race that we're in is a solo effort as well, man.
Verse 4, it says, "No man that warreth entangled himself with the affairs of this life."
Right. This thriving in this American dream, getting W's in a continuous manner in this American dream, man. Progressing in this lifestyle. Go ahead, bro.
"That he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier."
Right. And who has chosen you? Yahweh. How do you know that? Because the scripture says it. Yahweh has basically received these men from his father Yahweh, and that's in that's in John the 17th chapter, man.
You know, and the affairs of this life go into everything, man.
That's right. That's right.
You know, because it's a lot of times your family gonna be mad at you, man. All right, because you got things that you got to do, man. Because you a prisoner and a servant for Yahweh Shemal Shai. All right, so a lot of things you gonna miss. You gonna miss a lot of family events. You know, sometimes you get to go to them, but for the most part, you gonna miss majority of that stuff, man.
Yeah,
You know, you're not gonna be entangled in those things, man. You're not gonna make your family have them smiling faces and be able to please the Lord at the same time, man. You know, so a lot of times you gotta unravel, man, from this, man, because your family is still worthy for the most part, man.
That's right.
You know?
I said that. That's what the scripture says. You can't serve two gods.
That's right.
Either you hate one. That's what it is. So you can't please everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Your main job is to please Yahweh Shema Shai,
That's right.
because He controls everything.
That's right.
And you want the crown, you got to do what He wants you to do, man.
That's right.
And at the end, you gonna get, Lord willing, be part of the elect, and we get that crown, and we get them body,
That's right.
spiritual powers, women, whatever.
That's right.
Also, your family, you try to, seek so much time for on this side. You know, you stay strong. You know, you stay diligent doing the work. He'll have mercy on them. You never know.
That's right. That's right.
This is 4 verse 5. It says, "And if a man also strive for mastery, yet he is not crowned, except he strive lawfully."
Mm-hmm.
You get 3 words in there, in this scripture right there. I'm gonna start off with strive.
Strong's G 118.
Athleo. It means to engage in a contest, to contend in public games, to contend for a prize.
So meaning basically, you have to be active in this truth, man. So when you're striving in this truth, it means you're active. And how you're active, fellowshipping, doing the videos, being out there on the highways and the byways, man.
You trying out for a team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the basketball team. You know, you might not be the high jumper, you know, or the best 3-point shooter, but you can hustle. You
Yeah.
play defense.
Kind.
So you're doing whatever you got to do, man, trying to strive for the kingdom. You know,
That's right.
brothers might not be able to speak the best, but they probably held on the editing, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or vice versa, man, however it go, man. You know, so you just doing whatever, using whatever talent you got, you kicking and scratching trying to get to the kingdom, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You can't make it there if you ain't got nobody get no rebound.
Yeah,
Ain't no way you gonna get there
Yeah.
to the championship.
Go ahead.
Philippians, you ain't more on that?
Yeah, go ahead and get that. I'm gonna get a few more words.
Philippians 3:14. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of the Most High in Yahushua.
What's the mark, man? He doing what it takes to get saved, man.
Now I'm gonna get that word what you can get something right for? I'm gonna get that word masteries. I say he that strive for the masteries, yet he is not crowned, except he strive lawfully. So I'm gonna get masteries and I'm gonna get lawfully. Because when we striving for for the crown, which I'm gonna get the word crown, but we gotta do it lawfully too, man. It's something you can't forget. Which another definition for that strive, the last two definitions would mean to endure or suffer. Now this the word masteries. When they say strive for the masteries, the Greek word is
Strong's G 4735 Stephanos.
They say mark or a crown, a mark or royal or in general exalted rank. The wreath or garland which was given as a prize to victors in the public games. We say metaphorically, the eternal blessedness which will be given as a prize to the genuine servants of the Most High and Hamashiach.
That's the kingdom of heaven, man.
It said the crown, wreath, which is the reward of the righteousness, that which is an ornament and honor to one. Right? So like you were saying, that's the kingdom, but then you have Shaq on crown those men, those 144,000 with crowns on their heads. Man, they are gonna be different crowns. They'll tell them what type of jewels each brother gonna have certain, gonna have a special crown made for each brother. That 144,000 that he gonna crown them with, man. So now I'm gonna get that. Let me see if there's some more definitions down here. Now that's it. Now I'm gonna get that word lawfully, because like I said, if you don't strive lawfully, I'm gonna read this scripture again. This verse 5 saying, if a man also strive for the masteries, yet he is not crowned except he strive lawfully. So that's a key point. You're not gonna be crowned unless you strive lawfully. And I'm gonna get that word lawfully. Because that word crown and masteries, they basically mean the same thing. Because that's what we strive for. They strive for the masteries. We ain't striving for that, because we know we ain't gonna get it perfect on this side, man. So we striving for the kingdom, man. But I'm gonna get that word lawfully.
Strong's G 3545
Nanimos, which means lawfully, agreeable to the law, properly, legitimately, especially agreeable to the rules of the list, lawfully. Let me see what the etymology say.
What's lawfully, man? Basically, it just goes back showing you how important that the law, statutes, and commandments are, man. Those are the things that sets the standards, man. And like the brother said, we know we can't do it perfectly, but the ones you can do, you adhere and do them to the best of your ability, man.
Right, what's part of it lawful? We started off with say you must be temperate in all things.
Right, right.
You gotta know how to whether you up or down. You gotta be able to abound in every situation you're in, man.
That's right.
You gotta know, like another example, when you're on the block, it's a certain way we're supposed to carry ourselves, man. Like Scripture said, we don't supposed to strive. Men are serving the Lord supposed to strive, which that's a different word from this strive, which means try to go word for word with somebody. That's part of striving lawfully, man. We're doing the work, You just supposed to, basically, if a scoffer comes, bring out the scriptures on them, man. Bring out the scriptures. You can't try to go word for word, else you're going to get into his word, then you get caught up like that, man.
It's no edification, man.
Right, you ain't striving lawfully. This the etymology of lawfully, though. It say, anything established, anything received by usage, a custom, a law, a command of any law whatsoever, a law or rule producing a state approved of the Most High. You go
So
ahead.
basically, the concept of actually just walking in the Spirit, man. Ephesians, I want to say it's the 5th chapter, around the 16, 17, possibly the 18th verse. Basically, when you look into that walk, it's actually a way for a Hebrew to conduct himself, man.
It say, by the observance of which is approved of the Most High, a precept or injunction, a rule of action prescribed by reason of the Mosaic law and referred according to the context, either to the value of the law or to the of its contents. This next one right here. It said the Christian religion, which basically going to the New Testament, the law demanding faith, the moral instructions given by Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, the precept concerning love. It said the name of the more important part is to put the entire collection of the sacred books of the Old Testament, which we established the law, man. We're just gonna read verse 7, man. Verse 6. Read verse 5 again, saying, if a man also strive for the mastery, yet he is not crowned, except he strive lawfully. The husband that laboreth must be first partakers of the fruits.
Right. And who labored? Who was first? The captain of our salvation, which is Yahweh Shai, man. All right. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2. Go ahead, bro. Hold on, Ashiya, you had something too, right, bro?
Yeah, no, sweet.
You sure?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, bring yours out. You've been holding too.
This is Revelation 3 and 10 to 11. Because thou had kept the word of my patience, I also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come up all over the world.
Right, and that word is actually talking about the entire planet, man. Go ahead.
To try them that dwell upon the earth. To this point here. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that which fast.
It's truth. Wherever you're positioned in this truth, you hold that in that cobra clutch, man. Go ahead.
But that has no man to take thy crown.
Right, because you don't want somebody else to take your crown. So basically, chasing this incorruptible crown, it leads to the kingdom of heaven, okay? Which first leads to salvation, man. All right, now we brought out Zechariah 13 and 8 and things of that nature. Get wisdom of Psalm 5 and 2 real quick, and she kind of got you, girl. She's trying to make a point.
All right, this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon,
Hebrews
chapter 5, verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
So how we, Lord, when we're part of the elect, how the hopefully elect is going to be saved, man? By the strangeness of thy salvation. And what is that? The chariots, man. The vehicles of the Most High Yahweh Shai, man. Go ahead, bro.
So far beyond all that they look for.
Right, so salvation is actually going to lead you to being beamed up in those chariots, man. Real quick, bring out Revelation 15, bro. 15 and 2.
Yep.
Check out you next.
Revelations 15 and 2.
And I saw as it were a sea of glass.
Now, this is after the elect has been beamed up. Now they're looking out the windows of those chariots, man. Go ahead.
Mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast.
Right now, the mingle with fire. It's basically they're actually seeing through the ozone layer, right? Because basically you're going to be in a high elevation state that you're going to be above the ozone layer. Who's the beast? The beast is interchangeable now with NATO and the EU. Go ahead.
And over his image.
Image. What's the image? This fucking system, man. Okay? The concept of this system. Go ahead.
And over his mark.
What's the mark? The microchip. Go ahead.
And over the number of his name. Stand on the sea of glass.
Which is the ozone layer. Go ahead.
Having the heart of God.
Right. But the point is that once you're beamed up, you go into the chariots, and then basically you're going to be able to look out of the windows of the chariots and see the destruction of America, man. All right? Chicago, you got a point? Gosh, you got something, bro? All right.
I'm going to
All right.
Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And if children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High and joint heirs with Yahushua.
Right, so everything Yahushua has in the kingdom, we're going to have in the kingdom as well. Now, we understand that there's a hierarchy that's going to be established in the kingdom, but hey, we're not going to be your normal men around that joint. Lord willing, if we're part of the elect, man.
It's going to be a partnership.
It's going to be a partnership.
And so be that we suffer with him, that we may also glorify together.
And Yahushua suffered. When he was on earth, he was sickly, man, okay? He was grieved in the spirit as well, and also the torment he received being on that cross, man. So if he went through it, of course, we have to go through it, because you just don't get a great thing such as the kingdom without experiencing any hardships, man.
You got to go through it to get to it.
That's right. That's right.
For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Right, and it keeps esteeming the glory which is going to be revealed to us. But that's a beautiful point. Going through these afflictions, these hardships, basically is going to lead into salvation if you are the elect, man. All right.
Good. You had something?
No, you go ahead.
All right. This 2 Timothy chapter 2, we start at verse 21. This basically going into the point when it says, you know, what you started out with, strive for the master. Because if you're not crowned, unless you strive lawfully, man. That's something we gotta remember, man. We got this truth, but also, especially when we're doing the work, we got to remember how it's a certain conduct me and the Lord supposed to have, man. You know, I'm just gonna go over a few examples. I'm just gonna read a few examples. In 2 Timothy chapter 2, starting at verse 21, it says, "If a man therefore purge himself from these, he should be a vessel unto honor, sanctified, and meet for the master's use, and prepare unto every good work." Verse 22, "Flee also youthful lust, but follow righteousness, faith, charity."
And that's getting rid of the perishing from that old man, man.
"Peace with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart."
That's a brotherhood, the elect.
It says, "But foolish and unlearned questions avoid, knowing that they do gender strifes."
And that's what the brother was saying, basically. For brothers that's out there on the highways and the byways, just edify within the scriptures, man. Strive lawfully, man. Such as basically present the scriptures, and if they can't get it, man, then they have to leave.
It says, "And the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, apt to teach, patient." It say, be apt to teach, patient, man. You know, you can't expect, and this when you teaching somebody, man, because, you know, you're going to be there with a brother, but then when you teach, but it's going to break it down, because you can't expect somebody to get it, when you know what I'm saying, except everything you say they first time listening to you, man. That shouldn't get you all roused up, man, you know, because, you know, I know when I came to the truth, when I watched the video, I knew it was the truth, but I didn't agree with everything at first, man. That the elder said, you know, the apostle said, some stuff I didn't agree, but I didn't say, okay, hey, that ain't right. I just like, I don't know. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I just kept an open mind, like, I'm gonna see. You know, because a lot of, you know, you first come in, a lot of stuff be hard. You be like, I don't know about that one, man. What the rape is the thing, well, you know what I'm saying? That was one of the things. When I first saw that video, I was like, man, I don't know about that because I got dollars, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. Which, you know, a man, you know, you first time hearing somebody, you ain't believing every word just off point, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go back, do your research, study, pray, and most high reveal it to you. But just you know, keep going with the scriptures.
Like I said, that's what the apostle always say. Go search it out for yourself. And, you know, and that's what we did. So.
It said, "And the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, apt to teach, in meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves." See, so that's another thing. Saying meekness, instructing them that oppose themselves. So somebody, then you know somebody gonna oppose themselves, but you instruct them in meekness. What's the meekness? You is going to gentle, not being easily provoked. You know, because hey, if somebody been in the world, man, they gonna ask questions. They gonna be like, nah, you know what I'm saying? They gonna oppose, but then the scripture's gonna edify, man. But this part of This part of how the servant of the Lord is supposed to operate, man. This how you striving lawfully, man. You know, you can't let nobody come up and get you out of character, man. Because that's all, you know, a lot of this be a test for you to look at yourself in the mirror, man. You know, and learn from, because it's going to happen. You're going to get out of character. But then you learn from them and be like, damn, okay, I know how to handle myself next time, man. I probably I had got a little corner not knowing it, you know. It said, meekness instructing them, those that oppose themselves, if the Most High, peradventure, will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth. Somebody can break it down. And say, and that they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil, who are taken captive by him at his will. Come, but it basically broke itself down, man. So that's one example of striving lawfully, man. A man of the Lord, like I say, avoid foolish questions, you know, that's gonna gender strife. It didn't say be gentle to all men, apt to teach, you know, instructing those that oppose themselves in the spirit of meekness, man. It said the Most High peradventure may give them acknowledgement, may come to the acknowledgement of the truth, man. You know, so that's just one point, man. One example of how you strive lawfully, man. So,
Acts 17 and 10, and the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, and that they received the word with all readiness of mind.
Right, so you're gonna have some people like the Church of Berea, man. They gonna be as soon as they hear it, they know it, they might believe everything, man. You know?
And search the scriptures daily whether those things were so.
But they'll go back and search the scriptures daily whether those things were so, man. You know? I had somebody had something. Here we go. Yeah, this basically going into striving for the masteries lawfully again, man. It's Titus chapter 3, starting at verse 1, said, put them in mind to be subject to principalities and powers, to obey magistrates, and to be ready to every good work. Which is going to the brothers and elders that's over you, man. It said to speak evil of no man, to be no brawlers, but gentle, showing all meekness unto all men. It's going to tell you why. For we ourselves also were sometimes foolish, disobedient, deceived, serving divers lusts and pleasures, living in malice and envy, hateful, and hating one another. So this is why I tell you be gentle to all men, man. Don't forget about where you came from, man. Don't forget about the bullshit you was caught up in, man. You know, that's going to that scripture where it say, you go to say out.
Yeah, you got to quit and bring it up.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Galatians 6 and 1. It say, brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such and one in the spirit of meekness.
And that's going into basically the brothers around you, man. But then that's going into if you just somebody period, man. You know, it always goes to the brothers first, the brotherhood, man. But that goes back to instructing those who impose themselves too, in the spirit of meekness, man. So this is how you strive lawfully, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
It say, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted.
All right, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted, man. You know, I think it's a little more to that, huh?
Bear ye one another's burden, and so fulfill the law of Yahushua.
There you go. Bear ye one another's brother, so fulfill the law of Yahushua Mashiach, which they're going to the brotherhood, man. You know? Go back to this in Titus chapter 3, verse 4. Read 3 again. For we ourselves also were sometimes foolish, disobedient, deceived, serving divers lusts and pleasures, living in malice and envy, hateful and hating one another. But after that, the kindness and love of the Most High, our Savior, toward men appeared, not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to His mercy He saved us, by the washing of the regeneration and the renewing of the Holy Ghost, which he shed unto us abundantly through Yahushua HaMashiach, our Savior, that being justified by his grace, we shall be made heirs according to the hope of eternal life. Right, man. So that's another example of how you gotta conduct yourself, man. You know, when you dealing, man, you can't forget you were caught up too, man. You don't know if there's somebody part of the elect, you know, just cause they're opposing themselves, man. Like Paul said, he was the chief of the sinners, man. He said he was a blasphemer. He persecuted the church, man. You know, so you got that's part of striving lawfully, though, man. I just want to get those examples because, like I said, you're not gonna be crowned unless you strive lawfully, man.
Yeah, so striving lawful actually leads to salvation as well, man. That's something.
And you gotta be balanced, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I say, our people, you know, because first we teachers, man. You know, but at the same time, you know, we judging our people as well, man. You know, because our people have to understand where they're going off at, because the churches don't tell them that, man. You know, so they have to hear, our people have to hear things that cut them, man, because we get cut to this day, man, for some things that we do, man. You know, and sometimes you got to handle Jake a little rough, sometimes you be meek with him, man, but you got to have balance and discernment in the spirit to know how to do that, man. You know?
So basically striving, and that's the topic of the lesson, you know what I'm saying, chasing the incorruptible crown, right? So basically the brother